Good morning. Hello, everybody. How are you? I wish from the bottom of my heart, I wish I could bring you the fire this morning. And there are some mornings I don't think I've done so bad for the past 20 odd weeks that the fire has been here every morning. Today, I don't feel the fire. I feel ill. And I think it's because I'm not kind of on what's the word? The treadmill of work. I'm in a different space. I'm doing different things, and I feel sick. Like I don't feel very well at all, which is probably not how you need me to show up for you this morning. But I told you I'm gonna keep stuff real. So I'm not going to have a long show this morning. I was originally, we had the fabulous Aster Philpott joining us. He is the inspiration for Hollywood movie Come As You Are. However, he's in the middle of moving house, and I think it was just a stretch too far to come along and join us on the show this morning, which is absolutely fine. And we love Aston. We will definitely have him on the show in the not too distant future. But today, it is me. I am flying solo. Feeling a bit shitty, feeling a bit sick. In fact, probably the last time I felt this ill was maybe the second week in lockdown when I was actually ill with COVID. But I feel sick instead of feeling like coffee and sore throaty. And I'm not here to whinge this morning. I don't want to whinge at you. I'm not going to do that. But what I am going to do is I'm going to share with you some things. And I'm going to keep it real because, you know, I love you guys. And it's right that I do that, isn't it? It's right that, you know, that if we're in the conversation of realness, that sometimes you're going to wake up, you're going to feel a bit shitty, and you're still going to turn up because it's part of the sacrifice. But you don't need to push yourself too hard, and that's not what I'm going to do today. I'm not going to push myself too hard. So good morning, Diane Ivory. Diane Ivory keeps sending me little beautiful gifts through the post. I haven't got them to hand, but she's got me instead of a chufty badge, she sent me a card with a little bee pin on. So thank you so much, Diane Ivory. You're an absolute little angel. Morning, Annie Cameron. Good morning, Sandy. Good morning. Lots of lovely, fabulous regulars on the show this morning. How are you all? Are you doing good? Michelle's doing good. Thanks. Another busy day. It is Tuesday. It's Tuesday. Normally my busiest day of the week. Happy Tuesday, you beautiful queen. Sending you some love to power up your mind. Yeah, it is. It felt like a slog yesterday. It really felt like a slog. It's because you're a kick-ass author this week. Oh, thank you. I'm sending you some love as well. Am I run down? I think so. And I'm going to unpick a little bit of that with us this morning. That when you are changing and when you are leveling up, or when you are doing things that are maybe a little bit different than what you are used to doing, sometimes it throws your bod into a little bit of turmoil. And it's just sometimes the way the subconscious shows up. And I feel like that is possibly what's happening. And once I've got through these and we've done a little bit of the weather, I will explain what that is all about for me. Do you think it's a bit therapeutic because I'm talking about your story? Yes, in a way that I have never shared publicly before. And I'll talk about that in just a sec. Taking the boys to the beach today. Claire Clark, you're taking the boys to the beach today. It's absolutely piddling it down in Preston this morning. What are you guys doing? What's the weather doing? It's off to the dreaded office for Lisa. Oh, this is my office. I'm not leaving in here. So let me know what the weather is doing where you are in the world, and I will pop you up on the board. And whilst I wait for you to do that, here's what popped off yesterday. It was like wading through mud. And it was because I was sharing parts of my story that I have held back from telling before, just because when I'd done the healing from it, and I always say to speak from the scar and not the wound when I'm working with my clients, and we're talking about, you know, sharing vulnerabilities. And I am absolutely A-okay with the story that I share. And it is, you know, it's quite a vulnerable story. And, you know, I talk about my experience with making poor choices within relationships. And I talk about making poor financial choices. And I talk about, becoming homeless and getting through that situation. But what I don't really talk about, or what I don't really unpick too much, is what brought me to make those decisions. And there were a number of things that brought me to make those decisions. A lot of them center around how we grew up, and particularly my dad. So there was 2 chapters yesterday. One was called self-sabotage. I think so. Claire, I think it's a different level of healing, and throughout every journey to success, to abundance, health, wealth, happiness, all those sorts of things, it is a constant journey. An incredible friend of mine, and healer, she's just wonderful, Natasha Bray, talks about this often, that when you are on your journey to success, actually it's important that you do some healing along the way, and that is an ongoing process, and the work is never done. And it has been a long time, I think, that I've actually kind of gone there. And I've done it in a safe way. It's almost like I'm a voyeur of all those things. It was, I don't feel like in it, and I don't feel the emotions that I felt that when I was in the situations that were in when I was growing up. But I felt sad for past Danny. I felt sad for the little girl that was me. I felt sad for my mum, and I felt sad for my sister. And I think that's like what a lot of this is kind of throwing up. And don't get me wrong. So the premise of my book, right, is I Am the Queen Bee, how I overcame self-sabotage and how you can too. But in order for me to share with you properly how I overcame self-sabotage, I have to share and unpick and be really clear around my own self-sabotaging behaviors. So there's some science to that, and there's also like a reflective piece. I've treated each chapter so far like writing a story, like writing a talk. And part of that process is to have the science bit, because you all know I really do love a little bit of science, but also have a story that kind of correlates with the science to kind of make it human, and also like have it all fit together. So structuring those things is something that I've never done before. I understand it. I know the theory of it, and it's applied theory in my life, but actually articulating it is really like, it's a bit of a process. And that's what yesterday felt like. Like, day before, I was on fire. I was, just kind of flying the stuff out. I knew the things that I wanted to say. I didn't realize that I was going to write the book in sequence, which is actually what I'm doing. Because it just makes sense to do that. But yesterday, it was writing about why I did the things that I did. Because self-sabotage for me is something that was, the force was strong in this one until I was 30. And even now I have like ghosts of sabotaging behavior, but I clock it because of the personal development work that I've done, all the things that we speak about on the show, the mindfulness, the self-awareness, the inner work, are all things that I continue to do. But up until I was about 30, I was like hyperly unaware of all those things. And so I didn't do the work. And when you do things in a lack of self-awareness or a lack of understanding, you end up jibbing yourself out of all sorts of stuff. It also, it takes you back when you dig deep. I didn't, it wasn't unsafe. So I didn't, like I said a minute ago, I wasn't in it. It wasn't like I was in, when I'm recalling these things, I'm recounting these things, and I'm writing about these things. I don't feel like the little child in this situation, or I don't feel like I am in the first person in those situations. But it does make me feel sad that I can't go back and hug that person. And there were a lot of realizations yesterday over, how much I love the past versions of me, because all paths have led me here, and I love her viciously. But at the time, I didn't know that I would be that loved. Does that make sense? I was seeking that love from outside of myself. So now, like in this present moment, I know that future Danny, because I know how much I love past Danny, loves me as I am now for doing all the things that I'm doing. I know that she is going to look back now at now Danny and be like, fucking hell, girl, you did some things, like we got some places, you paved the way for me. So I know that me now is super loved by future Danny, and I don't need to seek that worthiness from outside of myself anymore, because I know that I am loved. It sounds really weird. But that was a big realization yesterday. And I feel like that's kind of thrown up. I think it's just thrown up a bit of feels. The next chapter, where I talk specifically about my dad, and I talk about forgiveness, and I talk about the power of forgiveness. And in order to get there, I got to tell the story. So going through all of that just made me realize that, some of the things that happened during my childhood weren't average. They weren't the normal things. And although I've healed from it now and I'm okay with it, just kind of transporting back there and acknowledging and honoring that particular point in time feels really weird when you write it down. So yeah, it's been a process, and we kind of wrapped up last night about 2:00 in the morning. And it kind of chewed me up and spat me out here, where I'm just feeling a little bit heavy and a little bit icky and a little bit drained and sick. Like, it's really odd to like kind of feel so sick. So I think I'm just gonna get a cup of coffee and crack back on, because I feel compelled now that those two particular chapters are done. Because as with any book, you've got to go to places light and shade and everything. And I enjoy comedy, and I enjoy being fun, and I enjoy sharing with you the fun stuff. You've got to have light and shade, and this was the shade bit. This is the dark bit that actually I had to come through in order to become the queen bee. And if I'm talking about becoming the queen bee and how you can too, you've got to honor all of those bits of yourself. It is not about hiding the darkness in yourself. And it's like being the queen bee and owning your birthright to success, abundance, and health and wealth and happiness and all those things. It's not about hiding or false positivity. So I'm writing these, I'm thinking, oh God, this book is dark. And then I have to realize that when I teach this, it's like Sarah Finley just said, it's a Saggy Boob method. Those of you that train with me and coach with me know that is like one of the methods that I use when I talk about telling a story. You've got to go down and up, right? So there are huge amounts of the book that are frothy and light and interesting and playful and still helpful, but it wouldn't be true or real or authentic of me if I didn't take you to some of those darker places as well. Because in order to step up into your birthright, you've got to honor those things just as much. And yeah, that's kind of where I am. That's kind of what I went into yesterday. Very interested in this process of the writing. But when my original book, this one, really small, you can get this on my website, shameless plug, Closed Mouths Don't Get Fed, it's tiny. It's a little how-to book, how to get speaking. So I dip into some little bits and pieces of story in here, but I don't go where I'm going with this one, because it's not the purpose of this one. This one is for, right, people that come onto my website and they go, I want to find out a little bit more about Danny Wallace and what she talks about, what she speaks about, and also what she teaches. So you can buy this for a few quid, and then you can learn some of my methods, and you can learn about how I talk. And it's like kind of like having me sat on your shoulder and geeing you along into the world of speaking. This one is a more holistic piece. So it takes you through my life and the things that I learned through life, and all of the tips and the tricks and the learnings that I'm trying to, like, from a success point of view, success leaves clues. So I'm just trying to kind of leave some clues to help as many of you as possible choose to fly anyway. So when we launch the book, that's what we're doing. We're launching this book into the world and launching this story into the world, but also we are launching the Fly Anyway Foundation. We're then going to go back and help other people. I just feel like it's very big. So yeah. It's very strange when you visit the past. As you get older, you see so much more, definitely. Can you change the space where you're writing? No. I find if I move location, it clears the headspace a little. Go find a hill and sit on it. I wish I could. It's absolutely shitting it down here in Preston. I guess I could go and find somewhere else, but everything that I need is here. So I've got 2 screens on the go. I've got Trello boards happening. I've got, all sorts going. I've got my research on one screen because I want to make sure that I'm adding all of the science stuff as well as and the philosophy stuff as well as just the my story. Otherwise, it's just a bit self-important. So yeah, I would like to go and write somewhere else, but I need to write this bit here because all of the thinking has taken place here now. So when I go on to write about Chufty Badges, and you will be pleased to know, you guys, that there is a chapter on Chufty Badges. Did I show you my Chufty Badge, by the way? Where have they gone? I had a meal last night. I was sharing with my friend Deep Badgewell. She deserved a Chufty Badge. Is me Chufty Badges? We're going to get some IATQB official Chufty Badges, and there's an official chapter in the book about it. So, you know, there are some lights. There is lots and lots of light stuff coming. So I thought it would be interesting to share a little bit of the process that some. I got get some sage for my room. I got some baby burning some yesterday because I felt like I don't even know what it does, but I was like, I need to do something because it felt heavy. So in lieu of having a guest this morning, I've got a present for you all. So one of the things that I teach about, and one of the strap lines, in fact, the name of this show is called the Show Up, Wise Up, Rise Up show. It's actually a system. The Show Up, Wise Up, Rise Up is actually a system. It is a constant cycle of self-improvement, showing up, wising up, and rising up. So what I've done is I have made for you guys who are fans of the show, who are new to the show, I have made for you a masterclass on how to show up, wise up, and rise up. So it's pre-recorded. We'll have to bit of peppermint and rosemary essential oil around you. I might just go and get something that's going to lighten it up a little bit in here. I was sponsored by Subway yesterday. I needed to eat a vegetable, so I ordered in a salad from Subway, which you can see here. I really haven't left this room other than to go to the toilet. I got a Subway. I had a Subway salad for my lunch and had a Subway butty for my tea. I needed to eat a vegetable is what I needed to do. Give me just a second. My phone is buzzing and I wonder if it's the girls. So, oh God, what was I going to say then, you guys? I was talking about being sponsored by Subway. I've ordered in. I've made you a present. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to make you something that was going to help you that might not necessarily be just for speaking. So thanks, Jen. She's like, masterclass. She's talking about masterclass. It's not selling anything. It isn't. It's not leading you on to like, hey, buy my stuff. It is literally a gift that I have made for you guys to help you do some of the things that I do daily. And some of the things that I do on a consistent basis to help me grow. This system, the thing that I've created, like I said, it's not a sales pitch. It's not a, hey, buy my shit. It is literally a present that I've made for you because I know that it's helpful. So using the Show Up, Wise Up, Rise Up, it's the 3-stage super awesome success cycle. I share with you how you can apply that to your business and to your life so that you can be in a constant state of forward motion. So if you would find that helpful, I'm going to pop this for the links in here. So if you, I hope it's going to work. If you are not on the Queen Bee Danny page on Facebook, that's where you need to go because that is where you'll be able to see the link. Because otherwise, I don't think it'll show up anywhere else. I might go around to our different destinations and go and pop them in. But all you need to do is click the link. You download the masterclass, and then it'll send you a little pop-up and a little email saying, thank you very much for having the masterclass. And then watch it. Just watch it and let me know what you think. So yeah, I wanted to do something for you all to celebrate you guys. I wanted to do something for you all to say thank you for your support through this whole process, for just to kind of remember that your success is our success, as a movement. So that is what I've created for you all. So I hope you enjoy it. For those of you that do download it, please do let me know what you think. Let me know your thoughts. And when we're on the show tomorrow, switch to Queen Bee Danny. Yeah, brilliant. So I'll just pop the link here again, just in case anybody's missed it. But you just need to click that, and then you download the masterclass, and then I will talk you through what it really means, what the Super Awesome Success Cycle actually means, how you can show up, wise up, and rise up, and how you can apply that to any area of your life. So be it relationships, or your kids, or the time that you have, or the money that you have, or anything. And it really helps you start to really think about the strategy that you would like to use, because the thing is, life is business and business is life. And especially when you're an entrepreneur, and I know lots of you who watch what I do are entrepreneurs, this Super Awesome Success Cycle you can use for any area of your life, though. So you can use this if you want to improve your network. You can use this if you want to improve your marriage. It's honestly the cycle as it is. You can apply that system to any area of your life that you would want to improve. So that is my present to you this morning, in lieu of having a guest on the show, and also in lieu of having much else to talk to you about, because I feel so damn sick. I'm like this. So I might go and get myself a coffee, and I might go and have a bit of a meditate and a bit of a clearing. We'll do some energetic clearing. I don't know what this is, like clap it out of the room or something like this. But yeah, it is a process. Obviously, you guys are birthing this book with me. It will be submitted it has to be submitted by the 31st of August. I have a dress fitting for the book cover a week on Friday. On Thursday, I'm having a big tattoo on my chest, and the dress is going to show the tattoo. So you imagine I'm having this big, beautiful dress made for the front cover. I've got a photo shoot booked for the front cover with one of my favorite studios in Manchester, Alt Studios. Really excited to be working with them again. And that will be for the book cover. And then it is on with the launch. So really, really, really exciting. If you do have any sort of healing energy that you want to send my way, any sort of, clearing stuff. Oh, Sandy, just as I'm asking, thank you. Appreciated. If anybody wants to send me some Reiki vibes or any of the woo stuff, or just send the positive vibes, it would be massively, massively helpful. Anyway, right, can we come to the launch? So there will be an online launch on the 29th of October that you are all invited to. So we're going to have a big online party. It will go on sale. You'll be able to go and buy it, like for your Kindle, or you'll be able to buy a hard copy and all of this sort of stuff. We are going to have a whole campaign to get this to a #1 bestseller, not just in Amazon, but elsewhere as well. Let's see if we can pull it off. I think if anybody can pull it off, it's us. So we really are going to build a campaign around making this book a success. It's going to help so many people, especially if it's their first foray into personal development, or they just kind of want to be a bit more nosy about me and kind of where I come from. So the actual book launch itself is going to be invitation only, and it's going to be quite a high profile PR and press event. So movers and shakers, media types, journalists and what have you are all going to be invited, because we will be launching the Fly Anyway Foundation. So there will be an opportunity for a couple of you to win tickets, but it is invitation only. So it's not like Be Inspired. Be Inspired, you can just get a ticket, come along and come and celebrate with us. It's on the 15th of October. If you do want a ticket, get onto Eventbrite and go and get your ticket. You can do. But for the book launch, you are all invited to a formal party online, where we will do the official online launch together, and we'll hold hands and hit the go button and all that sort of stuff. I'm trying to get some cool people to come and do some readings for us from the book, some of the shorter chapters, and do some interviews with over people that I talk about in the book. So that's going to be really exciting. But yeah, 29th of October, have that in your diary. And then we have the kind of the launch of the Flying Away Foundation and kind of the official book launch on the 7th of November. So yeah, all going off. It's all happening. But today I'm just going to be as gentle as I can with myself. I've got one more day sort of child free, and then hopefully the back will be broken on this book, and then it'll just be kind of chipping away at it and getting the kind of drafts through to the beta readers. So thank you to my beta readers so far who have been giving me some incredible feedback. I am going to get going. I talked for far longer than I intended this morning, but it's been lovely to just share this bit with you in this kind of captive space whilst I've got you. It's been really lovely talking to you guys this morning and just processing and sort of processing out of my mouth what the experience has been like so far. If you want to follow what it is that I'm doing in a little bit more depth, you can follow me on stories on Instagram. Go and follow me at the Queen Bee Danny. Also, I'm going to pop in the link for the free masterclass. It is a non-sales masterclass. I'm not selling you anything off of the back of it. It is just a gift from me to you to say thank you for everything, and also to help you guys a little bit for anything that you want to work on. So thank you for being there. Thank you for being my friends. Thank you for being my supporters, and you guys are amazing. I love you. I will see you for a pre-record tomorrow. I think I just needed to download what was in my head to clear it ready for a new day's writing. Yeah, I think so. And the thing is, those 2 chapters I know are going to be really powerful for lots and lots of people. You know, forgiveness is a huge thing, especially when we talk about success, especially when we talk about confidence. It's not just forgiveness of other people around you, it's forgiveness of yourself. So that's going to be, you know, understanding your self-sabotaging behavior is really important, so that you know that when they manifest, how to get out of the way of them, how to dodge them. So they're going to be really helpful. And I'm so glad that I was able to give it the thought that it required to really get that stuff out of my head and onto the paper. Well, onto the, you know what I mean, onto the Word document. Anyway, right, I'm off. I love you guys. Thank you so much for all of your support. Please do download the masterclass and send me a message. Let me know what you think. I think it's about 15 minutes. It's not a big one, but it is a game changer. So go check it out. I love you. I will see you tomorrow for a pre-recorded show at Rise Up show, because I shall be on a train on the way to London. So I'm going to be writing on the train tomorrow, meeting up with a mastermind that I'm on, which I'm very excited about. We're going to be doing some training in the Shard, which will be fabulous and lovely. So yeah, I've got 6 hours sort of captive on the train tomorrow as well. So I'm going to be having a little write on the train. Right, I'm off. I love you guys. Go follow me on Instagram, the Queen Bee Danny. Go download the masterclass. Let me know what you think. Have a great 24 hours. Happy Tuesday, everyone. I love you. See you later.